On a dark night, over a century ago, the ocean swallowed the ship of dreams, the Titanic. She now rests on the ocean floor, a ghostly presence visited only by the denizens of the deep. Have you ever wondered why the Titanic still lies in the depths of the ocean, despite all the technological advancements we have made? Why hasn't it been recovered yet? Is it technically impossible? Or are there other reasons? Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, and write a comment. The Titanic's final resting place is some 2.5 miles beneath the surface, an environment as hostile as the surface of another planet. The pressure at this depth is immense, some 380 times that at sea level, enough to crush all but the strongest vessels. The water is near freezing and the darkness is absolute, pierced only by the specialized lights of our submersibles. These conditions have taken their toll on the Titanic. What was once a monument to human ingenuity is now a decaying, rusting hulk, its structure weakened by time and the relentless assault of the deep ocean currents. Even reaching the Titanic is a feat of engineering and human endurance. It requires specialized submersibles capable of withstanding the crushing pressure and navigating the treacherous currents of the deep ocean. These expeditions are costly and time-consuming, requiring months of planning and the expertise of a large team of engineers, scientists, and deep-sea explorers. But the true challenge lies not in reaching the Titanic, but in attempting to raise her. Imagine, if you will, attempting to lift a structure the size of a skyscraper, weighing over 45,000 tons from a depth of almost 4 kilometers. A structure, moreover, that has been weakened by over a century of exposure to the unforgiving conditions of the deep ocean.
Even with the latest technologies, attempting to recover the Titanic would be extremely risky. There is a high probability that the wreckage will break into pieces during the lifting attempt, which would lead to the loss of a significant part of our history.
The Titanic lies in international waters, far from the reach of any single nation's jurisdiction. This presents a significant legal hurdle, as any attempt to recover the wreck would require international cooperation and agreement, a complex and often fraught process. But even if the legal hurdles could be overcome, the financial cost of recovering the Titanic would be astronomical. Consider the sheer scale of the operation. We would need a fleet of specialized ships equipped with heavy lifting cranes, capable of handling the Titanic's immense weight. We would need to construct a massive platform capable of supporting the wreck once it was brought to the surface. And we would need to assemble a team of thousands of engineers, divers, and other specialists, all working in unison to achieve this unprecedented feat of engineering.
Initial cost estimates talk about hundreds of millions, or even billions of dollars. This is in addition to the potential risks to the lives of the crew and the equipment.
The Titanic is not merely a shipwreck. It is a tomb, the final resting place for over 1,500 souls. Many believe that the wreck should be treated with the same respect as any other gravesite, left undisturbed as a memorial to those who perished on that fateful night.
The recovery of the Titanic would necessitate disturbing the site, potentially even moving human remains. This is a deeply sensitive issue, and one that has sparked considerable debate. Some argue that the recovery of artifacts and personal belongings could bring closure to the descendants of those who perished. Others believe that the wreck should be left untouched, a silent memorial to the victims of the tragedy.
Many people believe that the Titanic should remain in its place, as a witness to the tragedy and a symbol of a history that we must not forget. While the complete recovery of the Titanic remains unlikely, that does not mean that we cannot continue to learn from this tragedy. Advances in underwater technology, such as remotely operated vehicles and autonomous underwater vehicles, are allowing us to explore the wreck in greater detail than ever before.
These unmanned vehicles can access areas of the wreck that are too dangerous for human divers, capturing high-resolution images and video that are providing new insights into the ship's design, construction, and final moments. They are also helping us to understand the long-term impact of the wreck on the surrounding marine environment.
We hope to reach a stage where we can study the Titanic without having to recover it, while maintaining our respect for its history and its victims. The Titanic will remain a symbol of tragedy and hope, and a lesson for us in humility and cooperation. And while its recovery remains unlikely, its story will remain alive in our hearts.